explaining it, and I'll come back to it later.
Okay, I'll explain my thing then, okay? Maybe if you find a link that's interesting, you want to explain a little bit of yours. So my thing is this, called perceptual dominance. So it's something that they talk about in debate, and it's when a team always knows how to act like they won the round, no matter what, even if they lost the round, even if they know they lost the round, even if they think they just got their ass whooped, they finish that last speech as their partner's finishing the speech up. They're just sitting there going, yes, good. Thank God, we won that round easy. And then sort of casually putting themselves away and smiling and talking to their partner. That was great. You killed it, buddy. You know, and that whole thing. And in the hopes that... What's that?
It's like a closing statement from a lawyer.
But
even if they got their ass...
Right, but it's the behavioral part. It's it's actually things you can't say in language. It's how you carry it in the last speech. Like the tone and your demeanor of one who has this round already put away, you know. So we've already gone over a lot of reasons why you're going to vote for this, and it's pretty clear cut. I mean, meanwhile, we've just gotten our ass whooped, right? But you gotta sell the perceptual dominance thing, and depending on the kind of, if you got a shitty judge, they might fall for it, you know, especially if you go last. So anyway, perceptual dominance is kind of...
Just trying to explain.
What's that?
Exciting. This is exactly what I was trying to explain.
Okay. So...
how people are perceiving.
Right. So I went to the preseason meeting thing today. I had a lot of new parents, and it was all about making them understand, but not by telling them directly exactly, but making them understand that this was not another after-school choice for them that they could compare against anything else they were dealing with. That, yes, I know my prices are way more expensive than a regular after-school thing, and that if they didn't want to pay it, they can go someplace else or they can go do something else, because what I'm offering is, you know, that they have that they choose if they want to do right by their kid, they're going to stick their kid in my class, and that's it. And I mean, I'm very
you don't love it.
Yeah, I'm very forthright about it. I make it clear to them that I don't need them, and they're lucky to be here. The thing is, I don't want to have that attitude, right? But I've learned that that's the attitude that actually works. I'd rather be like, I am so happy to have you here with my squad, and we're really grateful to have you here. Then they think you need them, and they don't want to come to you.
I know.
Yeah. So I was just doing that, and see, this new partner I had to perceptually dominate her too. She was resistant to this notion for a couple of days. I had to yell at her on the phone last night, and then when she saw me doing my thing with the parents and stuff, she also then bought into the perceptual dominance thing, or at least she got the message, what message we're supposed to be sending now, finally. And she started telling different stories and stuff to the parents, rather than, you know, oh, I know it's expensive, but no, bitch. You're doing it wrong. That's not how you get people to give you more money.
I don't understand why people need that to be explained to them. Which, of course, would make sense that I don't understand that, but...
I mean...
Here's what I need explained. Do you have a recommendation of mics?
I would if I had a... it depends if you have a mixer or not. If you have a mixer, then you can get any number of different kind of mics, and then you got to think about what kind of mic you want to get. If you don't have a mixer... Then don't get a mixer then just get this. Get this from Radio Shack.
Huh?
Radio Shack, $100. Condenser mic.
Okay. Well, let's drop it down. Is there like a $20 mic?
Oh, I mean, look, the thing is... What you should do then, if you want to get that kind of thing, is get one of those. I bought one that sounded really good, actually. But it didn't... I had trouble interfacing with my computer, and then I broke it trying to fuck with it too much. Anyway, but it was good before I broke it. I got it at Office Depot. It was $30, and it's got a super long cord, which is annoying because you got to wrap it. That's what I originally was making this for. But regardless of that, it sounds good. It's $30, and it's a little lavalier mic, and it attaches to your shirt.
I want a $20 Bluetooth one.
Wow, I don't know. That sounds like a question for Google. I'd get
I
this.
just wanted you to have a simple answer for me. I didn't want to
Get the lavalier mic. Get the lavalier mic for $30. You won't regret it because you'll be pinned to your shirt here, and then there's a clip down here, and so you move around, and you won't have to worry about it because it's got a super long cord.
Fair enough. I better write that down.
Yeah. Okay, so this video was it's about perceptual dominance, right? So I guess lavalier mic, but it's not called that. They just call it. I mean, that's what they're called, but it's not. This particular brand isn't called that. I forget what the brand was called. I don't know, dude. It's a little clip-on mic. Clip-on.
What did I say to the fat nerd in Walmart?
I know. After we're done with this video, I'll Google and I'll tell you, okay? Because I'll remember which one I got when I see it. All right, so, but I want to finish about perceptual dominance. I think the thing is, if you're subject to it, then you're not going to be able to understand it very well. I don't think I'm very subject to it at all. I would hope not, but I might be a little bit. Like, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Like, it's not going to be a situation where somebody makes a bad argument and I'm tricked by the fact that they make it convincingly.
What about when someone just stands with the camera at an imposing angle?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm heavily intimidated in that situation. I can barely stop myself from running from the room. But other than that, I'm pretty much not so subject to perceptual dominance.
It's because you don't ever follow through on anything.
Is that why? I don't understand the link.
Because you wanted to run from me, and then you're like,
Yeah,
someone
that's
else
true. Someone else will do it. So you know what you inspired me to do the other day? I started making a dremeling video. I made a video of me dremeling some shit. But
that's awesome.
I don't know if it's going to make it up or not because, I mean, it'd probably be pretty funny if I edited it just because it's a bunch of disasters. First me not having the right thing, and then...
I don't know what to do with all these suckers.
Well...
Dremeling from scratch.
What?
When this grinds down to the metal, it's time to buy a new one, right?
What thing?
That thing. When that's so metal.
Yeah, that's not, you're not going to grind that down to the metal, though. Let me show you my piece of wood.
No.
So I didn't really make much progress on it, but at least I know kind of what I'm going with it a little bit. This is my piece of wood, and I started cutting out. I want to cut out all this part so that it's an arch. And I tried with...
Your screen, Eric, because I can't see it.
You can't see it?
No.
What's in the way?
Oh, I'll just refresh the page, whatever.
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. So, okay, so I'm going to cut this part out in the middle here. Now, I was going to just kind of gouge it all out, but now that I look at it, I think maybe I can make an elephant out of it. So, maybe I'll try to cut... Yeah, maybe I'll try to cut that middle part out and not just gouge it out. But regardless, what I was going to do is work with this part, the arch that's left behind, and sort of just carve it into like a grapevine or something. I don't know. Or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see what happens. Who knows? I don't exactly have a plan. What is that thing?
It's the top half of a gun.
Oh, it's a gun.
But it's the top half of a gun. I took it apart.
Uh-huh. Does it shoot bullets?
It does.
Okay. So it's a real
Very
gun.
American.
It's a real gun.
It's
What is it that you like about guns?
I live in. I moved to a rural part of. I live in a rural part of Kansas, but I'm not from a rural part of Kansas.
Hmm. I thought you lived in
And
Texas.
you can. I know you did. No, I know. You can. It's kind of fun that you can just do it. You just get guns and do guns, and I don't know. It just turned into a hobby. They're kind of like big Lego sets that
Uh-huh.
shoot bullets.
Right.
You can kill people with them.
Because I built this one from just parts.
Really?
So yeah, the problem is I bought a cheap part that I need to cut part of the metal out of. And I think I'm using the wrong insert on my Dremel.
Probably. So what do you need to say what you need to do?
Okay. This doesn't have a front sight on it.
Uh-huh, I see.
This is a front sight.
Okay, I see.
I want it to go on there. It
Uh-huh.
attaches, it slides over the rail, and then you screw it through
Uh-huh.
the hole. These, on this forearm, I bought a cheap forearm, and the slots are not cut deep enough. So the screw doesn't go through, so I can't lock it on.
So you need to drill through it or what? Like the hole doesn't go all the way through or what? Does the screw that goes through go all the way through it, or does it just push up against it to hold it in place?
No, it goes all the way through it on this particular site. Now, see those slots?
Yeah.
The site,
You need to make those hole between them bigger.
the
Okay.
site,
Uh-huh.
there you go, slides on,
Uh-huh.
and then you put the screw through there into a nut that goes through the slot. So it's clamped and then tightened with a screw.
Okay. And the problem is
These are shitty slots.
there's
So I
shit.
was just trying to I'm trying to ghetto rig my blaster.
Uh-huh. Right. But what I'm saying is in the slot, do you need to make the slot wider?
I think I got it wider. I need it deeper.
You need it deeper. Okay. Well, let me go grab my attachment thingies. Hold on. I'm going to show you which ones I think you should try.
Is it a very American thing to own a gun?
It depends on the part of the country. Like I was saying, I'm from a city, and in cities it's less common. So yes, it is globally. But when I lived in Kansas City, you couldn't go anywhere with a gun. You couldn't carry on your hip. You can't buy guns in town. When I moved out here, it was a whole different culture. So I bought a gun. I got to know some people, and it just ended up being a hobby.
Okay. Well,
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
it'll no doubt
And
ruin
that
the.
showed
I'm
a
sorry.
very different perspective.
Okay. And what's it? I'm assuming it's not
Do you have
common
this?
for someone to do a drill. It looks like a drill.
I know, but it's actually a cutting tool. It should come in the big box. This
I've got
this is
3
the
of
most
them.
wicked of the attachments. Okay, this will fucking tear through anything. Cutting tool. Cutting tool looks like a drill bit, but those little things aren't what you need. You just need this cutting tool. Or if you don't have the cutting tool, if you definitely don't have one of these, but if you don't have the cutting tool, with these little metal discs, the metal cutting discs, it'll destroy your metal cutting disc to do this job, but it'll probably do the job. Same with the cutting tool. It'll probably destroy your cutting tool to do it.
I've got tons of discs.
You got those cutting discs, but this is a metal. This is a metal disc.
Okay.
But this one will do the job. But you can find it. The other thing I would try potentially is to try one of the wood sandy circles, because those will dig into anything just about. I know it's not meant for metal, but it probably would, like these things, these circles.
Okay. Huh. Where's the...
Dremel doesn't sell them themselves because they're too dangerous or whatever. You should definitely get some of these little metal discs. These little teeny metal cutting discs. You can't see the serration on it, but it's serrated. And these things will also cut through anything. You don't even want to dare come close to nicking yourself with this. You'll cut your whole fucking finger out.
Build AR-15s, just like that. So your little Dremel attachment is impressing me.
Well, this is as dangerous as I get. I don't want to play with guns, really. I don't trust myself to play with guns. I do have a circular saw that I use. That's pretty dangerous, you know. And
I feel so much more comfortable with a gun on me than a circular saw.
Well, my old circular saw was really dangerous because I took all the safety shit off of it. So it was just a fucking free swinging blade, you know.
That sounds awful.
Well, the safety shit got in the way. If you're trying to like cut ways you're not supposed to, like around a corner like this with the circular saw, then you need to get the safety shit off.
Well, I'm not a fan of safety shit.
Yeah, I know. Safety shit. Anyway, you know what else I hate? Low flow shower heads. Okay, well, let's draw this video to a close. Video on perceptual dominance. Perceptual dominance is something that Taylor demonstrated with his big gun there. That's pretty much, you have perceptual dominance if you're carrying that around.
Yeah, who taught who about perceptual dominance?
Who taught who? I don't know. Somebody taught me some time ago. I think Wheeler taught me about perceptual dominance. I mean, I knew it existed before. I just didn't know it had a name. So anyway, oh, did you make a?
Doesn't sell it. They're not having
That's
a map.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
Things you want to buy. Thanks for watching.